You've been chosen. The fact that you're seeing this now isn't by chance. The most potent supermoon of 2025, a celestial event brimming with spiritual energy, is set to grace our skies on December 4th. This isn't just any moon. It holds the power to reshape the course of your next 12 months in a single night. And here's the astonishing truth: almost no one is talking about it. On this crucial night, December 4th, solitude is paramount. Your energy field will be exceptionally open and exposed, and having the wrong person nearby could inadvertently block the very blessings meant specifically for you. This supermoon will emit a unique frequency, a soul recalibration wave, perceptible only to those who are spiritually attuned. This night isn't for socializing, indulging in emotions, or giving in to distractions. It's a night dedicated to you, to your soul, your destiny, and your spiritual awakening. Stay with me until the end, because what you choose to do on December 4th will determine everything. Why is December 4th a night you simply can't afford to ignore? The universe operates with rhythms, patterns, and cycles. Every so often, it sends out a warning, a signal so powerful that it vibrates through the very being of those who are spiritually awake. December 4th is one of those crucial warnings. This isn't your average full moon. It's the cold supermoon, the year's final lunar amplifier and spiritual checkpoint before we step into 2026. Its intensity isn't subtle. It demands your undivided attention. In the days leading up to it, your soul has likely been reacting even before your mind fully grasped what was happening. You may have noticed disruptions in your sleep patterns, perhaps waking up inexplicably between 3 and 4 a.m. Your intuition may have sharpened, almost speaking to you in full sentences. Emotions could have intensified without a clear cause, and your body might be sensing a shift, a drawing closer. You may even be experiencing a sudden urge to isolate yourself, detach, or withdraw from certain people. These aren't mere mood swings or coincidences. They're energetic signs that the supermoon is pulling your spirit into alignment. A supermoon does more than just brighten the night sky. It illuminates your inner world, amplifying everything within you: your truth, your wounds, your power, your fears, and your intuition. It brings hidden aspects to the surface, exposes falsehoods, and makes the invisible impossible to ignore. However, the December 4th supermoon is particularly rare because it triggers something far deeper: a soul recalibration. This recalibration touches every aspect of your being, impacting your emotional timeline, karmic patterns, energetic field, and spiritual destiny. And this recalibration brings about 3 life-altering changes. First, it reveals the truth about those around you. Under this supermoon, energetic masks will fall away. Anyone who has been pretending, draining your energy, or is spiritually misaligned with your next chapter will become glaringly obvious. You might feel instant irritation around certain people, a sudden discomfort in places you once tolerated, or a strange sense of calm with someone who feels safe. You might experience a strong pull to disconnect from specific relationships. Don't dismiss this as being dramatic or overthinking things. This is your energetic intelligence coming online. The supermoon amplifies the emotional frequency of everyone around you, making it clear who drains your spirit and who nourishes it, who is genuine and who is secretly competitive, and who is aligned with your growth and who is holding you back. On this night, nothing fake can survive. Second, it collapses timelines you've outgrown. This is the emotional part, the part most tend to shy away from. December 4th will compel you to confront layers of identity that you've been carrying for years. Old beliefs, old fears, outdated versions of yourself, old emotional patterns, and wounds you thought you had buried. You might experience waves of confusion, reflection, sadness, sudden clarity, or unexpected courage. This isn't regression, it's energetic shedding. Your soul will be actively releasing timelines that no longer align with the person you're becoming. Everything that has kept you stuck will begin to dissolve. The supermoon literally breaks energetic contracts with past versions of yourself. This is why people often feel so emotional on nights like these. Your spirit is releasing what your mind still believes it needs. But the truth is, you're being prepared for a version of yourself you've never encountered before. Third, it reveals the next path you must take. If you've been feeling stuck, uncertain, or pulled in multiple directions, that confusion will end on December 4th. This moon pushes everything into sharp focus, what you need to walk away from, what you need to commit to, what your soul is calling you toward, what chapter is ending, and what destiny is opening up for you. It will become impossible to ignore what the universe has been hinting at for months. Your next step will become louder than your fear. But here's what many people don't understand. This clarity can only come when you're alone. Being around the wrong person on December 4th can distort the messages meant for you. Their doubts, fears, emotions, and projections can interfere with your intuitive channel. When you're alone, your aura stabilizes, your intuition sharpens, and your soul speaks clearly. The universe can deliver messages without interference, and your emotional field becomes yours again. This is why December 4th isn't a night for socializing, explaining yourself, arguing, proving anything, or absorbing other people's emotional chaos. This night is a spiritual appointment, one that your soul scheduled long before your conscious mind knew it existed. The universe has been preparing you for this moment by removing people, revealing truths, heightening your intuition, triggering emotional releases, and increasing your sensitivity. It's not punishment, it's alignment. The path ahead is clearing, but you must meet the universe halfway, alone, present, still, and receptive. December 4th isn't about being lonely. It's about being in your own energy long enough to hear the direction your destiny is pulling you toward. Because on this night, everything shifts. Your soul knows it, your intuition feels it, and your energy is preparing for it. December 4th is not a night to ignore. It's the night that marks the beginning of your next life. Let's talk about the 4 energetic shifts you'll feel on December 4th. The atmosphere around you will feel different, heavier, sharper, more charged. Even those who don't subscribe to beliefs in energy, astrology, or spirituality will likely comment that something feels weird today, or the air feels strange. But for you, someone who is, well, you're not just noticing the shift, you're actively absorbing it. The December 4th cold, supermoon activates a spiritual frequency that's strong enough to awaken the deepest layers of your soul. And when this energy hits, it won't be subtle, gentle, or quiet. It will be undeniable. Here are the 4 energetic shifts you can expect under this supermoon, each one transforming your spirit in its own unique way. Shift number 1, hyper-intuition activation. This will be the first and most powerful change you'll experience. You'll sense things before they happen. discern people's intentions without needing proof, and pick up emotional signals instantly, even from strangers. You'll feel guided without even asking for guidance. It will feel like an internal voice has suddenly become louder, clearer, and more alive. This is because, under a supermoon, your third eye chakra expands and becomes more receptive. You'll notice thoughts arriving faster, gut feelings intensifying, synchronicities appearing more frequently, and signs showing up everywhere you look. This is your destiny timeline, shifting gears, pulling you toward the next version of yourself. Under supermoon energy, intuition doesn't whisper, it broadcasts. It becomes a full-volume frequency you simply can't ignore. This heightened intuition is the universe's way of saying, pay attention, you're being aligned. Shift number 2, emotional amplification. Your emotions will not behave as they usually do. You may experience sudden sadness that seems to come out of nowhere, or sudden relief, like a weight lifting off your chest. You might have moments of emotional release that feel like cleansing, or bursts of motivation and inspiration, or waves of clarity followed by moments of deep reflection. These fluctuations aren't chaos, they're purification. The supermoon drags suppressed emotions out of the deepest corners of your subconscious. Anything you've pushed aside, silenced, or haven't been ready to face will surface on this night. You might cry unexpectedly, feel a deep sense of stillness, or feel compelled to let go of something you once held on to tightly. This isn't a setback, it's healing disguised as intensity. The supermoon is flushing your emotional field, clearing space for new clarity and new blessings. Your job is simple. Don't fight it. Allow it. Let the energy move through you. Shift number 3, magnetic awakening. This shift will be subtle at first, but will grow incredibly powerful. On December 4th, your energy field will become more magnetic than usual. Your aura expands, your vibration rises, and your manifestation frequency sharpens. During this time, your thoughts become energetically stronger, your focus becomes amplified, your beliefs act like magnets, and your visualizations become more reachable. This is why manifestation is incredibly potent under a supermoon, but also why you must protect your energy. When your field is wide open and magnetic, outside energies can easily attach themselves. Other people's emotions, doubts, and fears can interfere with your aura and dilute your magnetism. This is why the universe insists that you be alone. Not lonely, not isolated forever, but temporarily separated, so your energetic frequency can rise without contamination. On this night, your energy becomes a sacred container, and only you should be inside it. Shift number 4, timeline intersection. This is the deepest, most mystical, and most destiny-driven shift of the night. December 4th is what ancient astrologers called a timeline intersection, a moment when your past, present, and future overlap. Time will feel different because your soul is adjusting to a new reality. During this moment, you may experience a sudden wave of déjà vu, an eerie sense that time is slowing down or stretching out, a strange awareness that something big is beginning, and a quiet split between your old identity and your new one, a feeling of crossing into a different version of your life. This isn't just your imagination, and it's not random. It's your destiny rebooting, your spirit stepping onto the timeline that aligns with your higher self. Not everyone gets to experience this moment. Only souls who are awakening or are spiritually sensitive will feel this intersection. On December 4th, you will. This is the moment your future self reaches back and pulls you forward. This is the moment your path shifts direction. This is the moment the universe whispers, "You are ready." These 4 energetic shifts are the reason the universe protects this night so intensely. December 4th isn't just another moon. It's a soul event, a recalibration, a rewiring, and a resurrection of the version of you that you were always meant to become. You're entering a night where your spirit becomes louder than your fear, your intuition becomes stronger than your doubt, and your destiny becomes clearer than your confusion. And the one thing the universe asks of you is simple: walk through this shift alone, so your soul can finally speak without interruption. Let's delve deeper into why staying alone on December 4th is spiritually mandatory. Let's go beyond astrology, energy, and human emotion. Why does the universe want you alone on December 4th? What makes this night different from every other supermoon? Because on this night, your energy becomes sensitive enough to pick up frequencies you normally ignore, receptive enough to absorb guidance without resistance, magnetic enough to amplify whatever you focus on, vulnerable enough to be influenced by others' emotions, and spiritually open enough for the universe to rewrite your path. This combination creates a spiritual doorway, one that few people ever consciously access. But here's the truth that most people never realize. Your destiny isn't shaped solely by your own thoughts and actions. It's also influenced by the energy of the people you allow near you. So, on December 4th, if someone close to you doubts your purpose, drains your energy, envies your growth, misunderstands your awakening, or projects their fears onto your path, their frequency will settle inside your field, like dust settling on fresh paint. It doesn't matter if you love them, and it doesn't matter if they care for you. Energy doesn't speak the language of intentions. It speaks the language of vibration. This is why the universe calls December 4th a night of spiritual surgery. Think about it. Would you want someone talking to you, bumping into you, distracting you, or pulling at you while a surgeon is operating on your heart? Of course not, because even the smallest mistake could change everything. The December 4th supermoon works in a similar way, except this time, the surgery is on your belief system, emotional field, soul's trajectory, karmic attachments, and spiritual identity. So, let's look at the exact ways outside energy can interfere if you're not alone on this night. First, emotional contamination. When your energy is completely open, as it will be on December 4th, the emotional frequencies around you become 10 times stronger. If someone near you is panicking, overthinking, angry, anxious, jealous, or insecure, that emotional vibration can override your own. Under this supermoon, their fear becomes your fear, their confusion becomes your confusion, their doubt becomes your doubt, and their instability becomes your instability. Your spirit cannot afford to absorb someone else's emotional storm. You're already shedding your own layers, and taking on someone else's will pull you backward. On this night, your emotional field must remain clean, untouched, and uncontaminated. Second, energetic interference. Your aura widens under a supermoon. When this happens, your energy becomes extremely absorbent, like a sponge. Someone doesn't have to speak to you or touch you to affect you. Just being in their presence can imprint their frequency onto your timeline. Most people don't realize how vulnerable they become during spiritual transitions. But on a night of destiny recalibration, even the slightest energetic impression can shift your path. This is why the universe insists. Protect your field. Do not share your space. On this night, your aura needs room to expand freely without the distortion of others' unresolved energy. Third, soul distraction. This is the most overlooked danger. On December 4th, the universe will send intuitive downloads, signs, midnight whispers, sudden realizations, spiritual flashes, and moments of clarity. But if you're talking, arguing, scrolling, people-pleasing, emotionally supporting someone, engaging in unnecessary conversations, or reacting out of habit, you'll miss the messages meant for you. Tonight's guidance isn't loud. It arrives like an inner nudge, a sudden knowing, a quiet whisper, a shift in your breathing, a thought that feels placed in your mind, or a moment of stillness that reveals truth. But you must be present to hear it. If your attention is scattered, you won't catch the signs that are trying to guide you into 2026 on the right timeline. This isn't just about avoiding people, it's about avoiding distraction. Anything that pulls you away from the conversation your soul is trying to have with you. Fourth, destiny blocking. Not every person in your life is meant to witness your awakening. Some energies aren't compatible with your next chapter. Some people unconsciously hold you in old identities, and some resist your evolution because it reminds them of what they're avoiding. On December 4th, the universe will attempt to break these attachments, but you must give it space to do so. If you stay around people who limit you, drain you, question your journey, keep you tied to your past, or pull you back into old versions of yourself, the universe cannot reroute your destiny smoothly. Tonight is the reset. Tonight is the separation. Tonight is the doorway. And the universe cannot open that doorway for you if you're clinging to someone who cannot walk through it with you. Staying alone on this night isn't about loneliness. It's about alignment. It's your soul saying, I need space to evolve. It's your higher self saying, I am preparing for the next level. It's the universe saying, stand still. I'm about to change your life. The path ahead is being carved for you, but only you can walk through the doorway of this supermoon. And the first step is taking it alone. Now that you understand why the December 4th supermoon is unlike any other lunar event of the year, it's time to understand how to receive its power. This isn't a night for guessing, hoping, or experimenting. This is a night where the universe needs you to follow a specific spiritual protocol, a sequence of actions that unlocks your next timeline. Think of these steps as the ritual of alignment. Simple, gentle, but energetically explosive. Here's exactly what the universe requires from you on December 4th. 1. Enter 3 minutes of stillness. This is the first and most important step. Sit alone, eyes closed, back straight, shoulders relaxed, phone off, and noise eliminated. Just breathe for 3 uninterrupted minutes. Do nothing but exist in your own presence. There are no thoughts you must control, and no outcome you must force. Just stillness. This stillness isn't emptiness. It's an opening. It creates a moment where your mind stops interfering and your soul becomes audible. It stabilizes your aura, clears emotional static, and opens the intuitive channel that the supermoon is trying to activate. These 3 minutes become your energetic reset and the doorway into the rest of the ritual. 2. Release 1. Heavy thing. December 4th isn't the night to clean out your entire life. The universe doesn't need huge effort. It needs one intentional release. Choose one thing that you refuse to carry into the next timeline. a fear that keeps replaying, a memory that still hurts, a habit that drains you, a connection that confuses you, a guilt you've held onto for too long, a belief that limits you, or a regret that poisons your clarity. You don't need to heal it, and you don't need to solve it. You simply need to release it. Say it out loud, "I release this now." When you speak this release with intention, your vibration shifts, and your spirit lets go of the weight that has been slowing your destiny. Releasing even one heavy thing creates a massive energetic opening for blessings to enter. This isn't just symbolic, it's literal. Your next chapter needs space, and you create that space with this single release. 3. Speak one clear intention. Your intention on this night becomes your command to the universe. It doesn't need to be poetic, and it doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be true. Speak something like, "I choose alignment. I choose clarity. I choose my highest timeline. I choose the version of me that is ready. I choose the future that belongs to me." When spoken under supermoon energy, your intention becomes a tuning fork, a frequency that the universe echoes back into your reality. This step activates the shift, and this step tells the cosmos what you're ready to receive. Words don't just describe energy, they direct it. 4. Avoid all arguments, calls, messages, and noise. This is a night of sacred silence. Avoid arguments, unnecessary conversations, emotional debates, social media scrolling, replying to messages, calls that drain you, and explaining anything to anyone. Do not react. Do not defend. Do not chase. Do not clarify. Do not respond out of habit. If something triggers you, walk away. If someone tries to pull you into drama, disconnect. If someone wants to know why you're quiet, don't explain. This silence isn't avoidance, it's energetic protection. On this night, your field is wide open, and you're more spiritually sensitive, more intuitive, and more absorbent than usual. One argument can shatter your alignment. One emotional conversation can drain the upgrade you're meant to receive. And one moment of frustration can lower your frequency. Protect your energy as if it's sacred, because on this night, it truly is. 5. Sit under the moon for a moment, if possible. You don't need to perform a ritual, and you don't need crystals, candles, or incense. The universe only needs you and the moonlight. Step outside for even 30 seconds. Look up and let the moonlight touch your skin, your face, and your hands. This simple moment anchors the supermoon frequency into your aura, and it tells your subconscious, "I am ready to receive." If you can't go outside, stand at a window and let the moonlight hit your eyes or your palms. The connection is what matters. This step completes the energetic circuit between you and the cosmic shift that's happening above you. 6. Allow the shift to happen after stillness, after release, after intention, after silence, and after moonlight. Now comes the most important part: surrender. On December 4th, you may experience emotional waves, intuitive messages, sudden clarity, energetic lightness, ringing in your ears, pressure in your chest, heat or chills, a sense of expansion, or a feeling of stepping into a new self. Do not fear these sensations. Do not try to control them. Do not question whether they're real. They are real. It is your spirit shifting into alignment with the path that the universe wrote for you long before you arrived in this lifetime. This isn't chaos, it's calibration. This isn't coincidence, it's ascension. This isn't imagination, it's awakening. On this night, the universe isn't asking for your effort, it's asking for your presence. If you show up with stillness, intention, openness, and protection, the universe will take care of the rest. This is your night of transformation, your night of timeline activation, and your night of spiritual rebirth. Let it happen. Chosen one, before you close this video, take a breath. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't for everyone. It's for you, the one whose spirit has been whispering that something bigger is coming. December 4th isn't just a simple moment in time, and it's not a date you simply pass through. It's a doorway that your soul has been walking toward for months, maybe even years. This supermoon is a reset, a clearing of the energetic dust that has kept you confused, drained, overwhelmed, or stuck. It's a recalibration of everything your spirit has been preparing for. The alignment, the awakening, and the shift that your intuition has been sensing long before your mind could describe it. If you've been seeing signs, repeating numbers, hearing inner nudges, feeling pulled away from certain people, or feeling exhausted for no physical reason, it's because the universe has been preparing you for this exact night. Nothing you lost was random, nothing that ended was accidental, and nothing that fell apart was a mistake. It was all clearing space for what arrives after this supermoon. On this night, your destiny isn't being predicted, it's being activated. So stay alone, stay aware, stay aligned, and stay present. Because the person who wakes up on December 5th will not be the same person who went to sleep on December 3rd. On the other side of this moon, you'll see through people faster, hear your intuition louder, feel your purpose clearer, and sense your next chapter calling you stronger. You'll notice a lighter spirit, a sharper mind, a calmer heart, a stronger energy field, and a new version of yourself rising from within. This supermoon isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, for your evolution, for your elevation, and for your next timeline. Your soul is rising, your destiny is rewriting, and your future is opening in ways that will only make sense after this energetic doorway has fully passed through you. And if this message reached you, if you're still here listening and feeling, it's because you were meant to hear it, you were guided to it, and you were chosen for it. You're not behind, you're not late, and you're not lost. You're being repositioned, aligned, and awakened. The universe has been waiting for this moment, but more importantly, it has been waiting for you. Your next chapter doesn't begin someday. It begins now, with this moon, with this alignment, and with this version of you emerging from the shadows. So breathe, trust yourself, and allow events to unfold, because destiny isn't just approaching anymore, it's arrived. You're finally poised and prepared to embrace it fully, stepping confidently into the life you were meant to lead.